Just asking Chris, he was talking about the more balance that you guys are finding now, and that the goalie hasn't necessarily had to steal these last few wins. It's been a full team effort. Mm-hmm. Last time you guys played in Toronto, the Igor was big in that game, and Toronto had a lot of possession and all that. What are you looking at now? Is this kind of a gauge for you to see how far you've come in the last few weeks?
No, I'm not going to gauge our team by one game. That's it's an 82 game schedule, but no, we're playing well right now. I like the way we played the last 3 games, especially, and we're piling up some wins, but we're playing the right way, and I like the way things are going. Our team looks more like a team than 1 or 2 lines going. Everybody played well last night. Everybody contribute, and that's when when good teams are made, that's what happens. And I think starting to see a little bit of that right now with our group.
What are the challenges though of playing a team like Toronto?
Well, I'm sure Sheldon Keefe's saying the same thing in Toronto. The top stars are really good hockey players and they're talented, and you got to make sure you take them away. But again, it's about 20 guys in your roster, so we worry about Matthews, we worry about Marner and all their top players and their skill players and their power play so good. So you just got to go in there and play our game. We got to worry about playing our game and playing it the right way like we have in the past.
How encouraging is it that you're getting goals from not only the young guys but guys from all over the lineup?
Yeah, no. Like I said, we had a tough start. There's a lot of guys who were scoring all the goals for us, but now it seems to be more balanced with our team, and that's what you need. Like I said, to be a successful team long term, you got to have more balanced scoring, and we're getting some of that recently. So, that's what when you envision our team, you look at our team. That's what we're all about. It's not about 1 line or 2 lines. It's about balance throughout your lineup.
Chris has had a pretty hot start to the season, 12 goals, 16 games.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit about his shooting?
Yeah, no, he shoots the puck, he skates, he's got all the tools, and things are going well. He's playing with good hockey players. He's near the top in power play goals in the NHL if he's not at the top, and he's just doing the right things. And he comes to the rink and goes, plays, and has fun. So I think if he keeps doing that, he's going to have a great season, obviously. And but right now he's just skating and shooting the puck, and he's playing with a lot of confidence.
He'll last night had the puck along his line. He was aggressive on the puck. He had played a pretty strong game in Edmonton the night before he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering what you see from his, what is his progression? Where do you think he can go?
I agree, Larry, 100%. He's been really good and really strong lately. That injury in Edmonton sort of set him back, but last night he was around the puck. He could have had 2 or 3 goals. Gauthier scored a real good goal in that line. So, no, I just think he's a young player that's got the potential to go higher, and we like what we see. Like I said last night with that supposedly 3rd line, we call it, if they can play like that every night, we're going to have some success because they played really well. And Phil's been good. He's a big kid. He's growing into his body, and I like what I see from him.
Is he someone in your interaction with him, someone who is eager to learn, is eager to get better? He wants to take the next step. He's still, I know how young he is still,
yeah.
But he is in his 5th pro season.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
He's so quiet. Like, he doesn't say much to me. He knows Chotch out there on the ice. He's been around Chotch a lot, and I think he's one of those guys that you see him doing extra drills after practice. He's always on the ice. He wants to get better. He wants to be a top-end center, and that's what it's, we see that with our young guys. They're all going to be top players, whether it's right now or in the near future, but we've got some really good top-end players ahead of them, and I think right now the way it's going, they're filling in, they're playing some power play time, they're getting a little bit of PK time, some of them, and I think it's a great situation with all those kids.
With that line, what are you looking for to make sure that they're doing the right things that will convince you that they can stay together?
Well, it's the same thing. We talked about our team, not just that line, but it's about turnovers in the middle of the ice. And when we limit them, earlier in the year they were making a lot of them. And, some guys got sat out for certain, sitting making those turnovers in the middle of the ice and not playing good D-zone. Right now, last night, a couple games before that, I thought they did a real good job managing the puck and doing the little things. And that's what I'm happy about most. It's not just about scoring and getting chances, but it's playing the game the right way. And that's what we're seeing with them right now.
Them being aggressive on the puck and forechecking and sort of staying on top of people.
That's what it starts. Just a perfect example of the goal last night. Like, Phil didn't give up. He forced the guy to turn the puck over, and then Gauthier makes a great goal. So it was about coming back and working hard. You see when your team's working hard without the puck, because you always work hard with the puck. It's about when you lose the puck, and I was really impressed to see some of the stuff that we did last night, especially on that goal.
On the other hand, though, Phil said earlier that sometimes the best defense is having the puck in the ozone of possession.
100%.
Yeah, so has that been really noticeable to you in the last few games? You guys
Yeah,
did a better job
you
of
can't.
that?
We can't spend as much time as we did early in the season in the D zone because you get tired out, you get worn out, and then you have nothing in the offensive zone. So, guys like to play in the O zone, and we can spend more time in there like we have in the past 3 or 4 games, and it's going to benefit our team for sure.
Do you have a game-by-game decision on whether you're going with Lundqvist or Tenori? Or is this basically your 6 that you've been going with?
Yeah, no, we look at the teams that we're playing against in certain situations. You know, I mean, obviously you want to get that kid on a little bit of a roll. He hasn't played in the NHL, and Tinner's been great. He does a job every time he goes in for us, and so there's sort of a, you know, you sort of got your 6, but again, when you play some different teams, you know, Tinner's going to play those games, and it's not that Tinner hasn't played well. It's just that our 6 are all pretty good right now. So I wouldn't say. I'd say it's more of a game-to-game thing, to be honest with you.
And with Lundqvist, how are you seeing his progression?
It's steady, you know. I mean, there's nothing real flashy out there, and you know, you talk about him. He's going to be a talented power play guy. Well, you know what? Foxy's out there for a good part of that power play, so he doesn't get a whole lot of looks out there and that. But he moves the puck well. He's got a lot of skill. He got a good hockey IQ. So he's everything we thought he is, but he just doesn't get that regular time. And it's the same thing with the second unit power play. They don't get a whole lot of time on the ice because the skilled guys are there, and you know, that's what we prefer to go with right now.
But you think, not to put words in your mouth, but you and the staff, you believe that this is the best place for Lundqvist to be right now?
Yeah, no, he's played well. I mean, it's not like he can't defend, and he's learning the defensive game over here, and we're real happy with him right where he's at.
Are you seeing a lot of progress with the defense and the physicality? I mean, he does seem to be a little more engaged in the...
Yeah, he's never going to be a physical player, and that's not what we want. I mean, we want him, you know, he's a Foxy type player. Not at that level, obviously, but he's just good over here, and he's skilled, he's talented, he makes good breakout passes, so he's doing everything we want. And again, he's young, he takes some time, and first year in the league, so we're happy as hell with him.